Alright guys, it's Noah here with Custom RC Mods. Welcome back to a new video. Today we're out at a baseball diamond. Same park as we normally fly at, however, because this thing has such small wheels, I want to be able to take off and land, and that's why I brought it out to this baseball diamond here, so we can have this nice closed up space, but still have that, you know, nice material that these small wheels can take full advantage of. So yeah, we got a pretty chipped up prop here, got another one on order, but that's the reason that it sounds so choppy and gross right now. Other than that, you know, 500 milliamp hour battery mounted underneath, and I think we're ready to go. Got it all plugged in, calibrated. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this thing off. I'm used to flying in my backyard with no landing gear, so this thing definitely has less power and agility with the landing gear on there. However, it's not that big of a deal. Of course, we could still do all the normal stuff we can do with the Sport Cub S. Typically, it's just not going to have as much power for the loops and the other aerobatic maneuvers. You can see, I mean, I'm hovering it back at like half to 3/4 throttle, and I mean, this thing is just a dream to fly right here. Set it down just like that, taxi it around. Oh, we're gotta get rid of our negative momentum there. You know, as soon as you start turning in one way, you gotta slow down before you try to take off, especially on these micros. One little wire bend out of whack, you know, and you're definitely in for a time when it comes to trying to get this thing to track straight on the ground. So the more time you put into it off, on the ground at least, the better opportunity you're gonna have to fly with this thing. It can do inverted, however, I'm really worried about like pulling out of the inverted, just because, of course, you know, there's not a lot of aileron authority on this, as well as I've noticed that it has trouble turning to the right at least, which is kind of interesting on here. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep flying around. I'm gonna see if I can do a touch and go. That might be asking a lot of this machine, just because it's a tail dragger, but not too bad. You just gotta really slow it down. You can't carry speed in your touchdown there. Let's see if we can do that again. It's gonna carry about 1/4 throttle. Looks like that's my 5-minute timer, but definitely it's not been 5 minutes. So might have just been bombing around here before I started filming, but that is fun, just kind of rolling it all over the ground here. Just, I don't think I can touch it down before I hit the fence over there, so let's try it again. A little bouncy. You got to be very careful how you fly with these, of course, because one little bounce the wrong way can get you to crash. It's very sensitive, especially on landings there. You can see it just bobbles up and down even on the slowest little approaches. We are running out of battery power. Also, you do want to keep your nose, you know, down, of course. Stalls, especially low to the ground, are really going to wreak havoc on these small planes because they don't have a lot of power and they don't really need a lot of power. However, any little breeze or just a stall in general is going to be harder to recover from, just due to the nature of less power on board this aircraft. But yeah, it's just such a chill night for flying tonight. That's a landing right there. I got to go ahead and bring it around. See, that's what I'm talking about with the. You got to get it straight. Nice little run out there. Needs a little bit of up trim, which is kind of interesting. And we've been flying this entire time in the advanced mode, which is my favorite mode, obviously, because I learned and I completely fly 100% manual airplanes in the rest of my fleet. But let's go ahead and, just for kicks and giggles, smack it into beginner mode. You can see this is my full aileron right there. It's going around and around just like that. And, you know, this is hands off. It glides beautifully. And let's see if I can just let it go down like that. Had to give it a little bit of elevator control just to make it so that we didn't have a prop strike and a nose over. But that's just throttling up there. And for some reason this board, I don't know if it's something on the board or my aileron servo or something, but this thing does not like to turn right. Like I turn it to the right and you can see it does it with enough force. However, just the slightest corrections will really not, this thing doesn't like it. It kind of evens it out. Like, see, I'm gonna try to do a right turn right here, and then it kind of fights you for a second, which is so weird. I'm not exactly sure what's up with that, but normally I fly in counterclockwise patterns anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. But this is just such a chill night for flying, and you know, there's obviously no wind, but this plane right here, I mean, you fly it in beginner mode, it is such a, you know, easy to fly airplane. I'm not even using any elevator. I climb when I want to. I can use a little bit of down elevator to descend, but I'm at half throttle right now and just giving a little bit of aileron, not even needed to use any elevator at all. I mean, there's not a lot of throws available. I'm pretty much stick jamming right now, but you'd never be able to tell. There's a low pass. Low pass just like that. And here, let's try to go ahead and bring it in here for a quick little landing. That was hands off. I'm going to actually try that again with the proper... Oh, got to do another circle. See, that was a hands-off takeoff there. We're just going to let it get out of ways a little bit. And then we got to give it a little bit of up trim. Needs it a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and do another circle, and we'll bring it in straight for a landing right in towards us. Let's go ahead and do that now. I doubt it's... I might even hit the fence now. I doubt it's even going to... Yeah, it's going to go past me before it lands. But you can see, that's a hands-off landing right there. Let's do one more of those. I can't even... Yeah, I'm not going to make it before I hit this fence. There we go. Hands off. Let's do one little movement just like that. Chop. Actually, I have to go around again because I'm too high. The glide slope on this thing is ridiculous. It's like a sailplane. So just a little bit. Hands off. Bring it in for a landing. Just like that. 100% respectable landing right there. Of course, if it were me, I would go ahead and add a little bit of additional up elevator in there just so we have a little more of a flare. It's more, obviously, I mean, the plane doesn't know when it's about to hit the ground, but it's completely respectable. So if you ever get in a panic situation, of course, it's going to be there to level your wings and get you down to the ground safely. So that's such a cool feature. This plane is like, I want to say it's a lot. It's probably twice as fun with the landing gear. However, I really do admire it with all the extra power that you get when you take the landing gear off. So it's really, if you want to do aerobatics, definitely lose the landing gear. But just for bombing around, having a good time, of course. And now, you know, see just another hands-off landing. This thing is so relaxing to fly. It's unreal. Try to do like a little touch and go action in the safe mode, of course. Again, still self-leveling. Just like this. Little touch and go. If you give it any little bit of power, it's gonna automatically like ascend for you. That's interesting. So you just got to do a little bit of a hands-off landing there, and at the last second give it some power and ascend into the blue yonder. But let's go ahead and switch it back into advanced mode here. You can see now we're back into our normal flight with our full control, and I'll show you the panic mode here. You can see panic. I'm holding the panic button and it's just wings straight and level, and it's basically like going back to safe mode momentarily. So got into a little bit of a pickle. Panic, we're out of it. Panic, it actually throws you into intermediate mode for just a second, which is kind of interesting. But like, oh, panic brought me back out of it safely, which is something really cool that this plane has. So you know, that it's not found in a lot of other planes. HobbyZone Hobby really knocked it out of the park with this thing, but you can see it's still really easy to fly on full manual. I have my rates all the way up in the transmitter and on the control surfaces, but this thing is just a blast. Alright, and that's going to do it for this flight tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see some more Sport Club S or HobbyZone Champ action, I've got plenty of flight videos out in my backyard. But this is something new, and I'm really happy I did it because this thing flies great. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.